Howdy folks, welcome back to SnowRunner. We are picking up where we left off. We're still on Zimnogorsk in Taymyr, and I will get right into it. Next job under Vorno 12 is loud and clear. It's 2 vehicle spare parts to Rift. We have to go all the way back to Drowned Lands to get 2 vehicle spare parts. It's the only one of the 4 maps that has it. Vehicle spare parts. So we'll go out this gateway and make our way for the nearest quarry gateway. Go out this gate, not gateway. There's a gate on this side that I couldn't really see on the map. But now that I'm in here, it's pretty obvious it's right in front of me. And the nearest quarry gateway is right over there. Wait, yeah, go across the river and take a right. Now the gateway is more or less ahead of us, but we have to make another turn. And then we go around the bottom, and then we take this dirt road. A lot of traveling to pick up 2 vehicle spare parts when a person could just spawn in the... Wait a second. Yep, that's right. Person could just spawn in the Drowned Lands garage in, say, a Kenny 12x12 with the 2-spot box, because we only need 2 spots, and then make our way to Rift. But silly me, I decided to do it in the truck that I was already in instead of spawning another one, instead of taking the easy way out, which is really kind of stupid. I mean, if you were playing the game and money was no option, wouldn't you go spawn yourself in the Drowned Lands garage, buy a truck you can put 2 units in, and take off with it? Unless you're strapped for money and you can't afford 100 and something thousand on a Kenny, you could always find a cheaper one. Trucks that carry 2 spots, I mean, the game is sick with them. So now we need Drowned Lands. Oops. Wanted to stay in there and check out Drowned Lands. See. Coming up from the south. Vehicle spare parts. Vehicle spare parts. I guess it doesn't matter. Quarry, drowned lands. It doesn't show the 3 different gateways, you know. So I guess we just go to whatever's easiest. Maybe that one. Here we go. You betcha. Here, here. Like this, like this, like this, and like this, and like that. Not over there. Straight up here. And I remember cutting over many a time through the lumber mill, past the lumber mill. You either got to come in on this road and go through that way, or you got to come in on this road and come out that way. But here's a spot where you can cut over. Okay. Adjust the camera and get going. Turn on the all-wheel drive after hitting X is not a conflict. With all these twists and turns, I'm just gonna stick it in high gear and forget about letting it shift. Because every time I let off the throttle for one of these corners, whoa, pole. Every time I let off the throttle for one of these corners, it downshifts to first gear. This is where you could take the railroad tracks through, or the dirt road. Oh, I left a fuel trailer over there. And then right in here, you just cross over. Well, there are tree stumps that would prevent you from doing what I'm doing. And then there's railroad cars and but there is a gateway right there. You just can't see it. There it is. It's right here in front of me. Couldn't see it underneath the big blue dot. We're waiting again. This should come out to the gateway that's right in the middle of Drowned Lands. Middle between north and south. And not be too awful far from where we need to go. And I remember this and here being all a mess. But we can go through here, around like this, down there, through that, and get up here. Oh, there's a gateway here. There's a gateway here. If I can, come in that one and drive out that one. But we'll see one way or the other. No, I'm not gonna use any marks just yet. Just gonna get up here and see what happens. Yeah, I remember having to get on this little roadway here to go through the ruined village, but all this concrete is in your way. There isn't any road going through there. I could make one through the trees, but we'll go through here and do like that. I don't think the ruined warehouse holds anything we need. No. We have to go up to there or over to this one. And from where we're at, we have to go down this little roadway. Either place we go up here all the way to there and come over, or yeah, it's not a good thing no matter what you do. The idea here would be that you go through the little opening between the concrete pads, but you can't. Okay, now what is holding me up? Oh, that. Glitch with that junk laying on the ground. I beat the truck up a bit. Don't necessarily have to go back that way. I remember that those terraces back there was one of my first uses of the M134, the first playthrough. One of my first uses of the M134. As a scout vehicle. And then it wasn't too much after that the lightning took out my save game and I had to start over, but I played this much vanilla think I might have had the Kodiak mod at this point. And that was like my most badass mod back then. I hadn't discovered the Krasjabors was available, but I hadn't discovered it. It was out for quite some time, months and months before I really discovered it. See, if I go straight across, I can get on the correct road to the warehouse. Yeah, I think the Krasjabors came out a couple weeks after the M134, but I didn't know about it back then. I had my M134 and I was playing. And when I decided to go look for something else, I was just turn left or go up. See, if I turn right, can I even get up that gully? Had my M134 and that was my only mod. When I went to look for something else, by the time I went to look for something else, it was a couple months later, and there were hundreds of mods out instead of 5. When I grabbed the M134, there was only 5 mods. And then before you knew it, there were hundreds of mods, and you know, all it showcased were the most recent ones. Vehicle spare parts. 2. Now let's figure out how we're going back. There is a new Taymyr job or jobs. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I haven't even looked at them yet. Old Lumberyard and Rift. Okay, it's saying to go back to this gateway. I don't know if that's right or not, but it's what it's telling me to do. So go out to the north and follow that road around all the way to the quarry. I could maybe be hauling something for the next job right now, but like I say, I haven't even looked at those. Is it the right or it's the straight ahead? Yeah. High range is essentially 4th gear. If you could lock it into 4th gear, that would be high range. Same speed as high range. I remember going down to the bottom of that to find an upgrade. Did that with my M134 also. I let off when I should not have. See that fakey looking mountain out there? That's outside where you could drive. I couldn't think of the right word. But doing this job with the 4-spot means I'll have the 4-spot in hand when next I need it. Now we're going to quarry, then we got to go to rift. And I think when I get to where we have to cross to rift, I'm going to want a small truck with a narrow wheelbase that can haul 2 spots. Because as I recall, anything big would not fit and you'd end up going down the side of the cliff because one side of your wheels falls off. But I didn't think of that till just now. I knew there was, yeah, there it is. There's your tiny little space to get over to rift. Between the rock and the slippery hillside. Oh boy. Then you have to cut between these rocks and get up there. Maybe I'll go around the long way or something through the woods. I don't know. We'll see. We have a lot of traveling to go all the way across quarry. So back up here and then follow it around to the right and then around to the left. Come up here and go to the north. All the way up to this road, which is, we drove past that road when we were doing this. We went right past this rail crossing and the mud and the swamp and whatnot. Okay, then over to here and north. All of a sudden getting hungry. Okay, and then up there and this way and then that. Let's start making tracks because that's a 20-minute drive. Something like that. Let's see, is it, looks like it's this big right turn right here. Or perhaps I could have gone around to that roadway. Doesn't matter. Gets us to the same place. won't be such a long drive. Seems like we're making tracks pretty good. Making tracks for the north side of the map. I could make it a shorter drive if I just went straight across the map from A to B. Forests be damned. Here's the turn I was talking about. I guess it's not railroad tracks, it's just a log road. Whoa! Wasn't expecting that corner. Gotta get it out of the trees. And stick her back in high range. Half the time I can't see the road until I'm traveling over it. Ah, here's the little trail. Or not yet. I didn't make waypoints all the way there. It looked like the little trail, but it's not. Just made her. Take that pole on this side. And that one too. Yeah, that's what I thought. I figured this was my corner. That's why I was kind of staying wide. Map border. That's what I was thinking. Those mountains were outside the map border. Well, I was thinking more like scenery, but yes, the mountains you could see were outside the map border. And that was a long time ago I was trying to explain that. But I was just now thinking we're getting close to the map border, and I guess that's why the word popped into my head. It seems like we go around the far side of that rock, but I don't think it goes anywhere. You have to be back here on this side to get the gateway. but I'm going to do it with this truck, and I'm not even going to be worried about it, because this thing is a beast. And now we're traveling. I'll be right back. I'm back. Let me double check that mute. Yeah, it's off. All right. Do something like this, and do something like this. I kind of enjoyed the Rift map back when I was playing it before. But there were very little jobs they actually had you do on the Rift. I remember doing more tasks than contracts. But anyways, let's see if we can get up to the lumber yard. Straight up to here, and then there. And what's next? I remember the two ways through this area. This one's pretty decent. That one's all swamp. Assuming we went that way, then we could veer off this way, cross there, and be right in. Okay. Down like that. That to there. Down here like this. Yeah, okay. No. I remember using this fuel station as a base of operations. There's a big ass dip through the road there. And then like that, and up here, and then get on this little guy and go across, cross again, and up to here. Awesome. All right, let's get to it. If I push in the clutch, I can slow down without killing the engine. There's a there's an old repair trailer that I used to have spotted there. Hey, they changed the map a little bit. There's not such a huge ditch here. Used to be quite the drop-off. I know I could knock the trees over, but that type of tree gets under the wheels, doesn't want to just break off and let you go. It traps you. I'd still get over it, but I'd have to. But it might tip me over in the meantime. Oh, I remember this. I remember being all scared about this big dip. These obviously I can just blast right down. And this brings back some memories. I don't think I ever got around to publishing the videos that I made on this region. Well, I think I did, but on the second playthrough, not on the first. The second playthrough after I had to start over again. And there we are. No big thing. Alright, cargo management and 2 vehicle spare parts. And that is loud and clear. All done. And I'm going to leave it here. We're about 40 minutes in. So, thanks for watching, and we'll see you for the next job.